Previously on PhD Project Car, I removed the stock steering rack from my K20 CRX and replaced it with a Quaife quick rack for autocross use. Today we're going to take it out on the road and see if the change was worth it. Morning YouTube. I managed to get the steering rack in yesterday. Now it's the next day. As you can see, I'm wearing different clothes because I don't wear the same clothes every day. I don't think that the toe is off by very much. If you look, you can see that we're pretty straight on both sides. And if I show you the steering wheel in here, you can see that, just open the door. You can see that it's also straight. So we're gonna take it out for a spin and see how the new steering works. And let me go ahead and get this running, get the door open, and we'll go from there. All right, I'm gonna put you in here. I have it kind of a janky setup, but I hope it works. That way you can get two angles instead of just one. For those of you who haven't seen my car before, this is a K20 swapped CRX with forged pistons and rods and a 2.2 endurance cam from Drag Cartel. I recently had it tuned, and it makes 240 wheel horsepower, and this will be the first time driving it after having it tuned. I'm going to do a little bit of a pull here. I'm not going to do anything too crazy, but I want to see how much power the car's got. Certainly enough for me. Hopefully with autocross, that's peppy enough. This thing's no forced induction, just NA, and she still absolutely moves. So I'm very excited for what's to come with this car, because there's nothing quite like having something like this that is just like so zippy with no weight. The steering was absolutely a success with this, because you can see that the back and forth on this is just so responsive and smooth. I really couldn't be happier. So the quick rack itself, with all the bearings and the racks and stuff, was probably somewhere in the realm of maybe $700. I think that you could get away with doing it a lot cheaper if you didn't replace as much as I did. But I think overall it ended up being a really nice change to make. Real good quality of life for driving, even if it is like just daily driver. The only downside is that whenever you're driving slow, you run into an issue where it's just really hard to turn. So that's something that's going to be hard to get used to, as far as like getting into parking spaces and like cramped parking lots. But otherwise, for the purpose of like racing it, like, go buy one. First drive impressions for the car. I mean, it really, it boogies for now. I got up to maybe like 7,000 RPMs. It'll go to 8,500 the way that it's built. But I'm going to ease into that. I don't want to be pushing it so far where I get a brand new car to try, finally get to drive it, and then I blow it up. So appears to be tuned pretty well. Needs a little bit of changes. The next video that I do is probably going to be replacing the rear suspension, because I don't have rear sway bars on this car. Because it's the DX model, it didn't come with the correct control arms in order to actually put try to drive it, or at least go to an autocross session and see what the car is made of. And I am not a professional driver, but maybe one day I will be. And if you stay tuned, maybe you'll see it happen. So again, thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate you sticking it out, looking at a new channel, checking out some of the content that I have. The car is like pretty awesome as far as I'm concerned. So I really just want to share all of the work and love that I put into this car. And if you're interested in seeing more of that, then